Give everybody a second, get back in here, I reckon. Oh, we got one in here. Who here? What's up, Russ? Shit. What's up, Todd? Uh, I was actually just in a live a few minutes ago. Had to go inside, check on my kid before my wife went to work, kiss her goodbye and everything like that. The boy's got a fever, off and on. But this is a red oak bowl. Um, it's black because I put a homemade ebonizing solution on it. I turned it on the lathe. This is just the first finish we're going to put on it. I went ahead and cut a score line about an 1/8 inch from the top and a score line about a 1/2 inch down from that, or 3/8 of an inch down from that. And I'm going to go around it and I'm going to put these scallop cuts in here just to give it like a little bit of texture. I'm going to clean up the ebonizing that's on that. And then we're going to coat this bad boy down with some oil. And I might hit the bottom of it with a 1 1/4 Forstner so I can put a medallion in it. If you check with My Honey's Handmade, if you've got a YouTube or a shop or anything like that, get a hold of that guy. He makes maple medallions that you inlay in the bottom of your stuff. I'm probably fixing to order a metric crap ton of them just so I have them. They're actually really cool. Yeah, you're so nosy. I hate plumbing, dude. I hate plumbing almost as bad as I hate electrical. Fun fact, until a little over a year ago, I'd never worked in a wood shop before. I'd never done any kind of woodwork, so. Yeah, I've seen a lady do the chameleon flake, and that's what kind of gave me the idea for the scallop thing here. Um, I'm really debating taking a copper wire and doing an inlay around the top and bottom of this just to kind of set it apart because I don't know. I think black and copper just looks sexier in socks on a rooster. I sliced my hand with gouges. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. These are the ones from Ford Steel, and they are like stupid sharp. I've had a couple close calls already, probably because I don't know how to use them correctly. But for what they are, these tools are banging. I mean, like I said in the review, they're not like show queens. You're not going to keep them in a trophy case on a wall or anything like that. But man, they work. They hog the wood off. What's up, Barndo? Welcome back, man. I'm glad you stopped in again. Anybody in here that's not subscribed to Barndo, go check him out, man. That kid is like slaying it. Mike, you still a moderator on here? Hell yeah, you are. We're good. Try to burn your house down. The hell, man? Okay, we've definitely got to get a couple more pieces of that out of there. Thermostat burned up on water here. Yeah, that's bad news all day, man. Here I go. Should be leaving well enough alone, but I'm not. All right. Pretty sure I would have that, and that carving tool on my thumb several times went out. No, just got close a few times. I say that, and I'll plant this chisel in her. Don't worry. We still got to remove the majority of that black so that whenever we put the oil on here, it don't look like poop. Helping me as much as her tiny self can. It was great when the kids get involved. My exes did thankfully it burnt through the intake pipe and out the stuff. Yeah, it's always a plus. Set that right there. Well, I thought I had some copper wire down here. I guess my children might have stole it because they're heathens like that. Oh well, let's keep on going with it. All right, so it's what we're working with, and I know it kind of has like a purplish cast to it or whatever right now. Took a gouge out of there. I'm gonna try to sand that up a little bit and maybe correct that just a tad bit. Rub some ebonizing solution on there. Give it a few minutes. Let me go get a towel here. Maybe. Just maybe. Hold on for a second. Is that it? Is that my copper wire? Hey! Of course my dikes are completely missing in action. Why would they not be? Super professional. Not really. Whittler, I've actually been working on it. I am not quite up to the level of like people like you and Amy Joe, so I can't just throw that on YouTube because you're like phenomenal at it, man. I have been watching your stuff though. Like you and Amy Jo are just like tearing it up on that, and like I'm just not that good at it, dude. This is also one of the reasons why I gave my son his own toolkit, so maybe he would like leave my tools alone. Old school trick for straightening brass or copper wire. Put it in a drill, clamp one end. Straighten your piece. I'm pretty sure they already are. We were talking about this in the last segment of this. Like, I gave him the what do y'all think? Put the inlay in there, sand it, all wood. All right, so now with that straight, maybe here. Wire cutter, end nippers. Yeah, I had them, but I'm pretty sure my deviant ass kids ran off with them. That's what I was talking about earlier. I think it's probably one of the main reasons why I made him as his own little toolbox in the video yesterday. He's he's wanting to get into this stuff regardless of how it plays out or whose tools he's got to thieve to do it. So I figure I might as well get ahead of the game and get him some. Apparently I didn't get him all the ones he needed. Okay. cut that off in a second. Yep, I think the copper wire in there is actually going to look nice. Yeah, I promise I have like clamps and everything like that, but my kid, like, he'll thieve them. Not in like a bad way, like he steals or anything, but like I said earlier, man, he's just really, the past couple weeks, it's been like all or nothing wanting to get into woodwork. This wire is more of a soft brass than anything, but I guess it'll still work. Got borrowed my dad's socket set one time. Like, he got real salty whenever I brought it back and like half the stuff was missing. This one's gonna be a pain in the ass. I can feel it. Yep. You son of a bitch. You will not bluff me. Maybe you will. Hell, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Give me a second to find some clippers here, boys and girls. I know I got a backup set around here somewhere. My kid's just an asshole. Those work. Where's my painting hammer? Painting hammer. Making a bowl, Kizzy. Making a bowl. Just decided to pop in for a real quick live session and turned into me making a bowl. All right, so this is red oak, and then I put the ebonizing solution over it, and then I went in here and rough gouged all this just to get some contrasting texture and all that. And then I took some brass wire and done the inlays on the sides of it. And now we're going to put some oil in it and rub it around and stuff. Baby. There it is. Put some of this garbage out of the way. How to get the inlay in there like that? It was a battle. Hindsight being 2020, I probably would have left my walls a little bit thicker on my bowl. That way I could have cut the inlay grooves a little bit deeper. They're not quite deep enough for the that diameter wire, but we got her going. A little bit of ingenuity and all that stuff. And here is the cool part that I absolutely love. Putting any kind of oil on this ebonizing solution, like, it makes the grain explode. We want to make sure we get it all over the scallop cuts we put in there. That way it accents the little bits of black that we left in there. I done this on the first live that I released a few minutes ago. I had to go inside and check on my boy, but there's the inside. And then that's what the ebonizing solution does to the grain and oak especially. More aggressive the grain, the more of that zebra style you're going to get. Start to finish with me taking breaks and talking to everybody in the live stream. And then going inside. This stream's 30 minutes now, and the first one was an hour and 20, and I took several breaks talking to people. Kizzy, the live should be up to where you can view it, yes. It's mainly just me just shooting crap with the guys and gals and turning this on the lathe and explaining what I'm doing, or lack of knowing what I'm doing for that matter. But let me see if I can get my camera angled here a little bit better. That does it. Nothing. Hold on. Like, that's not a stain, that's an actual ebonizing solution. That's made from scratch stuff that I pulled up in one of the anarchist tool chests, all that stuff like that. What weight ball peen hammer did you need? Oh hell, it's just like a El Cheapo from Harbor Freight. I have no idea what weight this thing is, man. It's an itty bitty one. No, believe it or not, I kind of got I lucked out really. I don't know if you guys know the story about how the shop came to be. Like I literally made a bench, like a farmhouse bench, and I didn't have any plans or anything like that. My wife seen it on Etsy, and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Because like the one on Etsy was like $300 and some, and I was like, there's no way in hell we're paying that much for it. And then when I made it, like I wasn't a woodworker or anything like that. I'm still not a woodworker. I'm still learning. But like the X's on the legs, I made like half laps for those, and I had no idea that was an actual joint. I just figured that'd be the best way to keep it from looking clunky. I think my camera's dirty too. I'm sorry. Oh, now it's greasier than hell. Hold on. Kill some of this light back here. Glare and a half. But like I made the bench and like I done the upholstery and the foam and everything like that, and I was like, hey, it's a bench, cool, it looks like it, you know. And then like that sold quick, and then from there I just kind of really fell in love with it, and like I started getting stuff from my shop. When I started off, I literally had like a Black & Decker battery powered drill, and I had to borrow a circular saw from my father-in-law. I was reading comments, I'm sorry. And then my brother got this lathe in like some kind of a trade or a deal or something like that, and I got it off him, and I had no idea what a lathe required or what it needed. And like I got it and had to fix like a couple pulleys on it, and that's called the Franken lathe because it's a bunch of pieces like that are cobbled together and everything like that, but it works. And I was lucky enough that I had a decent set of gouges with it. Then I bought me a set of Beaver gouges, carbide gouges, and like I said in my videos, almost everything in my shop, until I started getting like some sponsors and stuff that was sending stuff to me, is it's stuff that I've picked up that was broken and I've fixed, I've rewired, stuff like that. I think the first new tool that I bought was the Hercules miter saw. My last one had a short in the wire, no guard on it. I had to put a new wire on it, and like it was a legit death trap. Like Ryan and Dave gave me flack for it all the time. But like I said about a million times, I've only been messing around with wood for right over a year now. Some of these guys have been doing it their whole life, so I've still got a whole lot to learn. Thank you, Ray and Sandy. Kizzy, my camera lens is not only dirty, my camera screen is shattered. I'm working on getting a better way of filming here. Excuse me, sir. You are indeed a woodworker. A great one. I appreciate that. There's a lot of people out there that are way better than me. Like I said, I built this channel just trying to get people into the woodworking and stuff like that. Get my son involved in a little bit. And for all intents and purposes, that's starting to play off. Like I said, I work in a school, and I've got kids walking around the hallway wearing my shirts and stuff now, like slapping my stickers to their cars. Might be because I think the name The Whack and Shack's kind of funny, but still gets it out there. I've also got kids coming up to me asking like if they're going to buy some tools to get into this stuff. What should be the best thing to start off with? Things like that. So works out good for me. So one thing we'll probably do on this is, I don't know if I'm going to do it here on camera because I'm running low on map gas. We're going to heat up the brand here and put a brand in this. I'm kind of perturbed about the bottom of this, I'm not going to lie. I might sand it back down, smooth it, and either put a medallion in here or the brand. I'm not real sure yet. A little birdie told me you're going to start shop builds. What you mean shop builds? Thank you, Whittler. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. This is my thing, man. This is what I come to relax to. And then you meet people like you guys and like Ryan and Dave. Those are my dudes. Like, they've been there since the very beginning. Like, what the second that I told it was Daniel in one of his live streams that I was thinking about doing a live stream. Like, if the guy didn't know me from Adam, he's like, "Do it, bro, do it." And like in the middle of his live stream, he gave me this whole thing about why I should do it, and I was like, you know what? This guy's got like 170 some people following him at the time. I'll give it a shot. And then like within 15 minutes of that live stream ended, and like I've never talked to David Ardito in my life. He messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, I seen that you just want to do that. This is what you want to do." And then I found out that the guy is just like a real badass. Yeah, branding iron. Sorry. And then Ryan, 77 Rockets. He fell into place, and that guy's awesome. That's a branding iron. It's an Amazon branding iron, and everybody knocks them. I can't complain one bit. If you watch any of my videos, the intro where the sawdust and the shavings get knocked off the table, that brand that's on the table is done with this. It's got let me clean it off a little bit. My shop name, my actual whole logo, the saw blade, the whack and shack, everything, the filigree, the plane, the hatchet and mallet, and then underneath of it, it's got my full name, Michael DeLauder, and all that. My first live was not out of my dining room. It was in my shop here, actually, before all hell broke loose and orders just started flooding left, right, and crooked. And yes, I am going to do builds for organizing a shop. If you look over here beside me, like, not only do I have kids' toys, but I've got a metric shit ton of rough cut lumber and stuff that I need to deal with, man. And I'm going to probably build me a lumber cart. And I mentioned it last night. Whoa, what's up? Bearded Vikings in the house. Holy hell. I made a bowl, chipped out some edges, done this all on the lathe, used the homemade ebonizing solution, and shellacked it down on linseed. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I'm going to probably do some shop builds. I want to build a lumber cart so I can take care of this monstrosity. I don't really build anything that big, so I can cut most of this stuff in half. And then I'm gonna build a bottom, like a full plate that my table saw can sit on, so I can put some locking casters on it, so I can easily move it out of the way. And this wall that's got the chisels and the old hand tools, I'm probably gonna do this whole wall in decent looking French cleat and keep it clean. I'm gonna get rid of this table that I got and build an actual workbench so I can set it out away from the wall. And I want to use this wall over here as my actual backdrop for all my filming and stuff. Like, that's one of the things I've been trying to work on, and it's really hard in this small of an area. It's a 10 by 16 shop with all this stuff plus me in it. I'm trying to work on the professionalism of the videos, like the quality wise. I've got some new lights and stuff like that coming. I got a new set of mics coming. So I'm just trying to, I don't know, make it look appealing to people that want to watch it. What's up, Michael Short? Thanks for coming, man. Can't believe the Beard and Vikings in one of my live streams. That shit's crazy. That's in front of you. That now a pegboard French cleat wall. You know, you can knock it all you want, Kizzy. You've been doing it since day one. The pegboard French cleat wall is a thing. Yeah, sliding is a big deal. I've actually got a couple of diffusers in my cart that I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on. A couple of big lights that I can mount from the top to get a better lighting, so I can get rid of this janky ass ring and light bar I got rigged up back here. And I want to be able to make it like way better quality for you guys. Like I was telling them earlier, like I'm not real hell bent if my videos get a whole bunch of views and stuff like that. I like woodworking. I like the community that pretty much Daniel's built here, like I was saying earlier. So I want to make the best quality videos for you guys, stuff like that. My next tool that I get is I want to 2 studio lights that are 30 by 30 on stands. I'm looking at something like that. I don't think mine are quite 30 by 30. I've got a couple of the round UFO style lights with the hang down diffusers, and then I've got the 2 umbrella style studio lights that I can place right above here and back there. And well, yes, the lathe, sad but true, I'm probably going to donate it to one of the guys at school because he's real big into that and he's wanting to get onto it. I don't do a lot of big stuff on the lathe. Like, I have no ambition of doing like spindles and stuff. Like, the biggest stuff I do is I do like bowls and like every once in a while a vase. I do a lot of like round containers with lids and stuff like that. So I don't need as much length on the lathe as I do height. If I could get more height, I could produce bigger bowls and stuff like that. So there's a couple different options I can go with to go from like a 40-inch table to a 20-inch table, and that would do great. Yeah, like a midi lathe would suit me well. I just need something with a more of a ground clearance for the sidewall on it from the center axis of the pin. That way I can do cooler stuff like that. And once I get that done, I can actually put the bandsaw in here. I can put my stuff in a lumber cart and I can wheel it to the other side of the room while I'm filming and shooting over here. I don't want to be the guy that, you know, just works specifically with hand tools and stuff like that, but I would like to, like, you know, have some legit hand tool videos that I can break it down for the normal person. It seems like most of the videos that are done by, most of the hand tool videos are done by like YouTubers, and I don't say this trying to be like an asshole or anything like that. They act like kind of snobbish, like they're better than everybody else because they're using hand tools on it. I would like to break it down to where like the everyman knows how to use the old school hand tools. Because like whenever I was going through it, I was literally watching these videos and I was like, man, that guy's a dick. Why would you ever be like that? And it's just continued on further. Like, so I've got some companies that are sending me some badass hand tools, and then the Hondui deal, it went through. I'm waiting on the package from them. It should be shipping out hopefully tomorrow, and that's going to be a game changer for the shop. Like, upgrade a lot of my stuff with like high-end stuff, and I'm really excited about that. So this whole side of the wall over here before the expansion and everything, I want to clean it out, put everything on a rack, and make this my backdrop for all my filming. I might go as far as to finish this whole wall out. Friend of mine over here, like you, does a lot with hand tools and knowledge, but makes it easy to understand. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it that people. The whole goal of 90% of our channels is to get people to do this stuff, and then you got people that are act like assholes and like kind of talk people down and like belittle them because they're trying to learn. It's just counterintuitive, if you ask me. Like I said earlier, I've only been doing this a year, so I'm speaking from the everyman standpoint. I'm by no point a woodworker. I dabble around with this nonsense. Starting woodworking, if you want to check out. Start making woodworking. If oh, okay, the guy's channel. Yeah, let me write that down. Pen. Yeah. What's up, Timber? But yeah, like I said in the last live, like I woke up this morning and I was like, man, it is a beautiful ass day. Today would be the great day to go out there, jump on the lathe, maybe just fire up a live, and like just turn an oak bowl, try out that ebonizing solution because it's not freezing cold outside. And like I sit down to check on the progress of my last video, and as soon as I opened up, there was 77 rockets setting crisscross applesauce with his damn Darth Vader helmet on, turning on his lathe, and I was like, oh, it's got to happen now. He's about to go full-time YouTuber. I mean, I don't know if I could do that or not. Like, I don't know if Daniel's still in here, but man, that guy's broke off in, if he was like a lawnmower, he'd be broke off in a rabbit. The guy's filming a live like every other night and like 2 or 3 videos a week, plus working a full-time job. I mean, he's got the motivation to do it. I'm not saying I don't. It's just, I don't have, I don't think I have the know-how, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Like I said earlier, this is all like a big learning process for me, and I'm still trying to figure everything out, and I'm really trying to enjoy the ride. I've had a couple banger videos, and I've had a couple videos that flopped. I don't know if y'all seen the whole lawn dart video, but that's probably my darkest point in YouTube. I was getting ready to give it all up for that. But I just try to learn something every day. Kizzy, I thank you for choosing to watch me. Four years. I made my bench, and then like once that sold, I immediately started searching for woodworking, and just by chance I happened to stumble into like one of the Bearded Viking videos, and I was like, that's a fucking wig. And I was watching it and watching it and watching it, and I was like, it's not a wig, holy hell. And like his sense of humor and the way he broke things down really grabbed me, and I was like, if I'm gonna do some stuff like this, I want it to be on that level to where people, they want to come and watch this stuff. I don't want to act like I'm better than everybody else. I don't want to act like I know everything and I'm just doling out my wisdom to you or anything like that. And Daniel does a good job of that. He is he's very knowledgeable of everything that he's done so far. I mean, I haven't seen anything that he's like kind of like flying in the dark on, but he breaks it down to where the every man, every woman can understand it, and he makes it to where you want to come back and watch. I mean, the guy does lives 3-4 nights a week, and he packs the damn chat room every damn time. So he's figured it out, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for. But my mouth is way more fouler, and I'm sorry about that sometimes, not really. Russell Mullen, I thank you very much for watching them all. I've actually had a few of the kids from school pop into my videos and stuff like that. Really cool. Like I said, one of the dudes was like sporting my merch and stuff walking through the hallway and everything like that. And then we got one kid, he just like, he'd saved up from like shoveling snow like all winter long up here, and we've been hammered. And he's like, I bait the plunge. I bought a Delta table saw. And I was like, holy hell, dude. I was like, what else do you got to work with that? And he's like, I just got the saw. But I mean, he's starting, so I'm down for it. He's working in his mom's basement right now. Nah, I'm not better than anybody, man. What do I do at school? I am a school resource officer, man. It is probably the coolest job I've ever had. I bounce between an elementary, a middle school, and a high school. I rotate on a monthly basis. Main job is just, make sure the kids are safe, stuff like that. Every once in a while, we got to intervene, catch kids acting like hooligans, kind of stop it before it gets too crazy. But you build a relationship with the kids, get to know them on a first base or first name basis, stuff like that, and you'd be surprised what like kids will come up to you and talk to you about. Like you actually get to talk to them about real world problems that like they won't talk to their parents about, stuff like that. So I've been in law enforcement for 13 years, and I actually left active duty law enforcement in August and took this job at the school. And it's probably the first time in 11 years that I felt like I was actually making a difference in helping somebody. So yeah, I love it. Plus, it's really weird working in the school that I graduated from. I spent like 13 years trying to get out of there, and now I report every day to work, and I'm like smiling when I go there. I don't know. Yeah. So, well, I haven't got you guys in here. I might as well pick your brain. I need ideas for videos. What's something that you guys would like to see? I mean, I've pretty much got the whole shop organization thing planned out. I want to build a lumber cart so I can take care of this stuff. But what's actual stuff that you want to see? Because it seems like I can do stuff like this and it'll get like 12 views. I can make a planter box and it'll get 10,000 views. I can take a router to some 4x4s and make owls. And like it's still pulling. It's like 34,000 views or something like that. I don't know. Ray and Sandy, good night, man. And woman, sorry. Thanks for stopping by. Means a lot. Router tips and tricks. I've got a palm router, and then I've got a old school big boy Craftsman router. I've got the table here somewhere, but I'm terrified of a router table. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but I've seen people just get wrecked on those, and it mortifies me. I do have an old school pantograph up here that I'm wanting once it warms up because it takes up a bunch of room. I'm bringing it outside on one of the tables and I'm gonna use it. Make a handful of lathe toys and then give them to kids for Christmas. Small woodlot. I done that. I made a bunch of yo-yos. I made a bunch of tops, stuff like that. I gave them out. Not this year, but Christmas of last year, I made a bunch of wood toys and sold them all and donated the proceeds to the Shop with the Cop Foundation so they could do Christmas stuff for the kids, the underprivileged kids in the area and stuff like that. And then this year, it wasn't so much toys. I made toys for like a couple of the craft shows and stuff like that and the events. But this year, I made a bunch of Christmas ornaments and donated to the CYA at the school for their angel tree. They sold them all, and like I think last year they made like I don't know $500 or $600, and this year they end up pulling like a couple grand. So it's pretty cool. Mushrooms and magic wands. Man, if I turned a magic wand, my youngest daughter would snatch that up, and I don't think I'd ever be able to get one on camera. She's a whole Harry Potterhead book nut, all that, but it is a pretty good idea. I haven't done one yet. Toys for Tots. Yeah. I when I done the thing for the Shop with the Cop, man, I made all kinds of cool stuff. I made like wooden cars and baby rattles and wooden semi truck. I made dinosaurs, like wooden dinosaurs with arms and the legs move, stuff like that. Uh, made a bunch of like little little jewelry boxes for like little girls and stuff like that. Like it didn't go into like crazy detail like dovetail joining and stuff like that, but there you go. Market sales, big money. Yeah. Russell, take it easy, man. Thanks for swinging by. Appreciate it. Means a lot. Um, Before I was doing woodworking, I was actually doing like flint knapping and jewelry and stuff like that, man. Like I actually made my wedding ring because I smashed mine wrestling with a guy. So that is that's crushed turquoise that's laid in there. What's up, old makes? It's crushed turquoise on a stainless band. I got a stainless ring and I put it on a drill and I ended up taking a file to it and cutting out the notch in the center. I didn't know you could order a blank with a damn recess cut in them, but I wetted up some turquoise and crushed it and dried it and I set it in there, and so far it's held up pretty good. But I made a lot of jewelry there for a while. I haven't made a carousel yet. I do want to make rocking horses and rocking chairs, stuff like that. Yeah. Wall hanging shelf for miniatures. My 16-year-old has them everywhere. That's my next project. Doing cathedral Gothic style arches and columns, all mini themed. That's pretty cool. Laser mini rocking horses. Yeah, I could do that. Water rockets. Hell yeah, I remember those things. You pump them up and they fucking take off forever. Yeah. No, I've never seen rocking horses for a cheap price either. I'd like to make them where they're affordable, man. Like, it's one of the things I'm always complaining about here. If someone can buy something from me and like I don't have to get rich off of it, but if they can buy something from me and walk away smiling, not worrying if they're gonna be able to like pay bills and stuff like that, it's a win. Now rocking chairs, like a wooden rocking chair around here goes for like $300-400. Yeah, they do tend to come back. I've got a lot of repeat clients, like even before I made the Facebook group. Like a lot of my people, they come back and order stuff off of me. It's pretty cool. Um, I've actually got a Facebook group called the Whacking Shack. It's only got like 870 people on it, but almost everybody on there has bought something off of me or had something made by me at one point in time, and they've came back as return purchasers. Timber, you should have bought it. I'd paid for it and shipping to send it to me. How much was it? I want one so bad. I'm envious of those things. I know that Honey's got one. I need one bad. If you make boxes, that's like the perfect plane. But like I've got ideas for these right here. These are my buddy was on a construction site and they were tearing down an old church for a remodel. And these are all the oak floorboards that they pulled up. And I've made some pretty cool boxes out of these before. You cut off the tongue, cut off the groove, or you can leave the groove and do an inlay with walnut, which looks pretty cool. And then you cut off the back side of this, get you a decent walnut plank, and sanded, shave the veneer off the front, coating off the front of it. And it's pretty cool. $200. I might send you back to that store, sir. Also, he's drowning in squishmallows, so I want to do a corner wall hanging multi-tiered shelving for them, hammock style. I've seen those. Those are pretty cool. Military issued carpenter's box, a job box. I'll have to check that out. Since you pick up it. All right, yeah. Uh, the books that I was telling you guys about, the Anarchist Tool Chest and all that, that Christopher Schwarz guy, I want to build one of those. It's pretty much like a military style footlocker. It's outfitted for a carpenter, pretty much a cabinet maker. And the whole concept of it is doing more with less. It's just working with what you can fit in that. And he gives us a specific list of the things that he's got in it or what you should have in it for like certain jobs and stuff like that. Because there was guys that was like coming with like all kinds of crazy truckloads of tools, and him and his assistant or his apprentice or whatever would just unload this box, and they were out working everybody with just the contents of this box, and they work with hand tools. Might do that. Make some netting, because my kid's got those squishmallow things, and where we just moved in, she's got like a million of them, and they're all piled up in the corner. I'd rather have them up off the damn floor so the Roomba don't eat them. Almost time for coat number 2. Yeah. I don't think the inside of that's going to drink anymore, but the outside of it's pretty thirsty. Yeah, garden baskets. I see what you're saying there. I think I'm down to 3. And after building my boy's tool chest last night, or his toolbox, I think I might build me a bigger version, just so I can have it for the go, for like when we do events and stuff like that, or whenever I go to install something at somebody's house. Uh, yeah, so it's like I didn't think that was going to turn out that well, but after I had it built, I was like, dude, I was like, this is actually pretty badass. Like, I've got one that I made out of cherry when I first started, but it's clunky and it's the exact opposite way you need. It's just got a million different holes for like everything that you don't need on a job. But I think I'm gonna make another one, kind of make it for like, actually go into different places, because this summer, like I said, I want to do like a big mortise and tenon style swing set in my backyard for my kids. I want to build it all, like do the rope swings and all that, but I want to do all the joinery out of 4x4s with mortise and tenon and dowels securing it and all that stuff. Not necessarily a knockdown, but mortise and tenon with a dowel going through it to hold it in place. Matthew Peach is a good place. Yes, Matthew Peach is a very good place, right? He's one of the other YouTubers that I watch like religiously. But my people, it is, I don't know what time it is here. It's 7 o'clock. I got a boy in the house that I got to tend to. All you fancy folks can get that cedar pickets near you. Yeah. Uh, I love watching John Malecki. Have a cat, make a cat condo, donate to the wall. I'm at midnight, dude. Sorry, man. Uh, there's these $10 shoe racks at Walmart, Mainstays brand, but the rods are all alloy steel and solid. And they're shelving. Bat boxes are good ones. I've seen people make bat boxes. I don't know if it's like a national thing, like all across the U.S., but I know in Ohio, if you put up a bat box, you can never take it down, you can never remove it, and if it's something happened to where it was damaged, you have to replace it. It's actually illegal to remove a bat box. Weird Ohio law. Maybe weird federal law. I don't know. But if you guys liked this style of video, me actually working in there in the background, not a whole lot of talking till the very end, let me know. I might try to do a couple every once in a while. I usually save my lives for the try live stream with me and Ryan and David. That's kind of like the highlight live of my week. It's where we all go to blow off our stress and shoot the shit with everybody, all that cool stuff. What's up, Todd? That is a rigid, or it was a rigid. We'll go with that. It's got Tractor Supply pulleys in it. It's got a couple nuts. It's got a homemade tailstock on it. It's not a jet. It's a rigid. But I call it the Frankenlathe or the Death Trap, man. It's illegal to put donkeys in the bathtub there. By God. You ever wonder how some of those laws come around? Yeah, it served me well. It's a solid lathe for what it is. I mean, I can't really complain about it. It's got a good set of gouges that came with it. After, like I said, after I sold my first piece, I had literally a battery-operated drill and a borrowed circular saw from my father-in-law. God rest his soul. But I got that from my brother. He got it in like a deal. So like right off the rip, starting in woodworking, I acquired a lathe. I had not a damn clue how to use it or anything like that. I broke my fingers a couple times, peeled my thumbnails off, got my my hoodie string caught in it one time, about decapitated myself and all that cool stuff. But I was pretty scared of it there for a while. But I've made some pretty cool stuff with it. Like the epoxy stuff that I do whenever the weather's warmer is actually pretty cool. Going to the market to restore an older lathe. Any thought about going to the... Yeah, I would love to get me like I was telling him earlier, I want to find a shorter tabled lathe. There's an older one made by Delta Rockwell. It's all cast iron base and everything like that. It's a solid lathe. And I think it's got like a 3 horsepower motor on it or something like that, maybe a 4. You got to change the speeds by adjusting the belts. But you can do some crazy stuff with that. Like, I wouldn't mind getting that and completely restoring it. If it was up to me, almost every tool in my shop would be an old school tool or a restore tool from like maybe the 80s back. Like the newest thing I've got in here is my miter saw back here, my table saw, a bunch of my tools actually. After my father-in-law passed away, like my mother-in-law told me to go through there because she knew that I'd use them, and if I could use them or if I could fix them, to go ahead and take them. And I found this table saw underneath like a bunch of stuff in the garage. And when I got it, man, it was ate up. But I cleaned it up and greased her up, cleaned it up a little bit, threw a new blade on it, and it works like new. That's one of the perks about repairing everything in your shop, or not repairing everything in your shop, but you're buying used stuff that you've got to rebuild and work on. When something goes down, man, you know how to fix it like real super quick and cheap. God forbid if I had something brand new and it went down, dude, I'd be horrible. Old lathes are the goats if you can find them at a good price. Yes. I've seen a few of them on Marketplace, and I've seen a few of them in like estate sales, but it's like everybody knows what a lathe is, and as soon as it comes up for sale, they want like just a crazy amount of money for it, or it's bought immediately. 1940s lathe. Has it got the rubber belt drive on it, or is it still working the leather belt drive? Yeah, they all know exactly what price they're worth. The small guy was $20 a good price. Yeah, it was. But yeah, like I've found that there's always someone willing to sell their grandfather's tools around here, but there's certain tools that like people know that are like people are gonna want that. I mean, there was a guy down here who's trying to sell like a shopsmith for like $4,000, and like he couldn't give that thing away if he wanted to. I think by the time he got done lowering the price, he was trying to get like $400 out of it. special about the built hard tabletop belt and side. Let me read that again. I'm sorry. Is there something special about the built hard tabletop and side sander? Um, are you talking about like a belt sander with the disc sander on the side of it? V-belt and step pulleys. Yep. Same thing it's got. I can pop the side panel off of it, and you can see that it's got Tractor Supply pulleys on it that don't even go to it. I had to do a lot of file work to make them fit on the pulleys because it's got the round with the flat on the side of it. So I had to buy a smaller diameter and then do the shaping with, a flat file and a round bastard file and all that stuff to make it actually get that horseshoe shape to go in there. And then I had to tap them and all that stuff. But if you're willing to do woodwork, you'll go to some crazy extremes to get the stuff going. No, not all old stuff is good stuff. I have learned from my mistakes on that. Trust me. I was selling the old miter saw on Marketplace and was in a photo, and people were offering up to 600. Wow, it just depends on who it is, man, or who it was made by. I'm sorry, not who it is. Ow, damn it. But I've got a Moxon vise. I've got or not a Moxon. I've got a steel workbench vise that I've got to mount up to my bench that I'm getting ready to build. Hopefully, I'll do that as soon as the weather breaks because I'm going to have to move a bunch of this stuff out of here. I want to build probably a 5-foot workbench that I can center up against this wall and roll everything out of the way. So whenever I shoot, this wall over here will be my backdrop. But a real official like woodworker's workbench and not an old kitchen table with a flattened slab of wood screwed to the top of it would be cool. I mean, this thing served its purpose. Don't get me wrong. But like I said earlier, I'd like to make it look a little bit more professional for all you guys. And with that being said, y'all, I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes this time. I've got a child in the house that has been popping a fever off and on, and I told him that we would kick back in the chair, cuddle, and watch some TV. So as much as I like hanging out with you guys, and I really do, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for popping by. It means the world to me. I got to go handle some business and do some dad stuff. So until the next time, peace. God bless. Love y'all. I'm out. I'll go home. Talk to you tomorrow, Wilson. Yes, I'm sure.